Tennis. Alex Eala continues to rise, now ranked number 70 by WTA. Alexandra Eala of the Philippines celebrates a .1 against Jessica Pegula during their match on Day 10 of the Miami Open at Hard Rock Stadium on March 27, 2025 in Miami Gardens, Florida. Albelo, Getty Images AFP. Manila, Filipina star Alex Eala continued her upward trend in the women's tennis world stage. The 19-year-old is now the ranked number 70 by the WTA, a new career best for Eala, and this was after her campaign at the Mutua Madrid Open just over a week ago. Eala defeated Bulgaria's Victoria Tomova in the first round, but a familiar foe in Iga Swiatek overwhelmed her as the Polish star, whom she shocked during the Miami Open last March, took her down in 3 frames. In tennis, progress is rarely a straight line. It curves like a topspin forehand, dipping and rising, skidding and bouncing, shaped by patience as much as power. When Alex Eala's name appears at number 70 in the WTA rankings, it does not announce itself with fireworks. Instead, it hums, steady, earned, inevitable. It is the sound of a door opening rather than one being kicked down. To rise in tennis is to learn how to live with time. Matches stretch into hours, seasons into years, and careers into long conversations between talent and discipline. For Eala, the climb has been less about sudden explosion and more about accumulation. Points gathered like stones in a pocket, each one heavy with meaning. A ranking is just a number, but number 70 is a threshold. It marks entry into a wider world, bigger draws, tougher opponents, brighter lights. It is where promise meets proof. On court, tennis is a solitary argument. The player stands alone, negotiating with the ball, the opponent, the weather, and the self. Eala's game reflects this negotiation. There is clarity in her shot selection, a sense that each rally is a question asked carefully. She does not rush the answer. She constructs points, building pressure until the court opens like a page turned at the right moment. Watching her play, one senses a respect for the craft of tennis, an understanding that winning is less about domination than about decision-making under stress. Yet rankings do not capture the unseen hours. They do not show the early mornings when the body aches but the session begins anyway, or the quiet evenings spent studying opponents' patterns. They cannot quantify the courage required to step onto a court knowing that defeat is always possible and often public. To reach number 70 is to have survived these moments repeatedly, to have chosen resilience over comfort. Eala's ascent carries another weight, representation. She does not rise alone. She brings with her a nation that watches, hopes, and learns what is possible. In countries where tennis courts are fewer and pathways less obvious, success can feel like a distant rumor. Each win turns the rumor into evidence. Each ranking jump redraws the map. For young players picking up a racket for the first time, number 70 is not just a statistic. It is a signpost. There is a particular tension in being on the rise. The world begins to pay attention, but expectations can grow faster than experience. At this stage, the tour is unforgiving. Veterans know how to expose impatience. Newcomers must learn how to lose without breaking. Hey, Eala's composure matters as much as her forehand. Tennis rewards those who can absorb setbacks and return to the baseline unchanged in spirit, ready for the next point. What makes the climb compelling is not the absence of struggle but the relationship with it. Losses become lessons. Tight matches become mirrors. The body learns its limits. The mind learns how to stretch them. At number 70, Eala stands in a corridor between what she has been and what she might become. The door ahead is not guaranteed to open wider, but it can, with persistence. In the modern game, speed and strength dominate headlines. But the soul of tennis still lives in timing, angles, and belief. Eala's rise suggests a balance of these elements. She does not play to overwhelm, she plays to outthink. There is bravery in that choice. It requires trust, in preparation, in instinct, in the long view. The WTA rankings are ladder, but they are also a mirror. They reflect not just results, but readiness. Number 70 says that Eala belongs in the conversation. It says she has earned the right to test herself against the best, to learn the margins at the highest level. It does not promise titles or trophies. Tennis makes no such promises. What it offers instead is opportunity, the chance to compete, to grow, to surprise. As the tour rolls on, courts will change colors and crowds will shift languages. Some weeks will bring wins that feel effortless, others will bring losses that linger. Through it all, The task remains simple and impossibly hard. Play the next point well. This is where careers are made, not in headlines, but in habits. Alex Eala's rise to number 70 is not the end of a story. It is a paragraph break. The sentence continues, shaped by work yet unwritten. In tennis, the most meaningful victories are often quiet ones. The decision to keep going, to keep learning, to keep believing. Somewhere between the baseline and the net, between patience and ambition, Eala is finding her voice. And the game, attentive as ever, is listening.